Just recording this. Wonderful. So do you guys have any other questions at all from what I've gone through so far with you?
So when I put on the tips, I go from the bottom and then lift them up.
Absolutely.
So I don't get bubbles.
Yes, because bubbles will not be your friend.
It won't stick to my...
Snap them on, okay? Remember to make sure that they from side to side. And you can always file the sides of the tips before you apply them. Nice and easy. I'm actually going to be sticking my tips on while we're doing this. So I find when you very first start, applying the tips can take you the longest because it's measuring them, making sure they fit the nails, making sure there's no air bubbles, working with your glue, figuring out what is the right amount of glue for that nail tip. It's an absolute fine art, but practice, practice, practice. And another thing, when you're wiping your glue bottle, don't make it come at a right angle, okay? All you're doing is dipping and just bring it straight up like that. That's all you need to do, just wipe one side. You don't need to like bend your brush right over because you'll just end up coating or flicking your glue everywhere. So who of you are any of you in lockdown at the moment?
We just came out today.
Yay! Where are you? Congratulations.
We're in Victoria.
You're in Victoria. Yay, well done. Gosh, you've been in and out of lockdown like a yo-yo this year.
Yep.
Gosh, how are you holding up?
Yeah, I'm good. I just exercise and
Oh, well, that's good. It's
do work from home, really.
Better eat than eating chocolate, so that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh dear, yeah, we're in a 3-day lockdown at the moment because of some silly taxi driver that was sick with COVID and just carried on working. So
oh no.
Yeah, I heard that in the news.
Yeah.
We're just outside the lockdown zone, so because we're in the country.
It's madness. But no, I had to have another COVID test yesterday because I started having COVID symptoms. So that's fun. So, but I'm at home, not doing anything. So,
does it take long to get your results?
They said up to 48 hours. So,
oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad. But I literally spent from 9:30 in the morning yesterday morning till 2:30 in the afternoon queuing, waiting for a COVID test yesterday. Just sat in COVID test. I should in hindsight, I should have taken my laptop with me and I could have done sweat as a but I don't know if I would have got done by the police because technically you're still driving. I don't really know the rules on that one. Yeah, no, I'm sure I'm fine, but I'm just doing my duty, you know, not mingling with anyone. I work in a salon and in a shopping centre as well as working as a teacher. So I am around the general public and people who fly in and decide to come and get their nails done and massage and facials and things like that. So a little bit concerned, but I'm sure I'm fine. No one else in the salon's sick, but we've all had tests as a precaution, so I think that's sensible. Yeah.
Does any of it hurt?
I have trouble getting the glue to stick on the practice hand.
Okay. Yeah. I have the same issue.
Yeah.
It's just sticking plastic to plastic, and there has to be a chemical reaction between the glue and the plastic. And what I do is make sure that I have buffed over the plastic nail plate quite deeply, more so than what I would do to a human hand, making sure it's completely dry. And I usually apply a fair bit of glue, and I usually leave it for a minute or 30 seconds, and then I stick it on so that the glue actually gets quite tacky before I actually apply that tip to the practice hand. And I find that works really well. Everyone's glue is different. Different brands of glue are very different. Some are slow setting, some are very quick setting. I quite like a 5 second setting glue or faster.
Yeah.
You can get gel glues that are actually really thick, but I just find they get a bit messy because it's very easy to apply too much.
Okay. I try again.
I try again. You'll get there. It takes lots of practice. Lots and lots and lots of practice. And also when you file, if you're using clear tips over white tips, you'll find that when you make them etched, right, when you're buffing over them to take the shine off them, that they'll lose their clearness until you put the gel product back on there. Okay, so don't stress, but I love a clear tip because you can do some amazing nail art on there. It's brilliant. There was a bit of homework last week, and that was to make your clients an aftercare sheet with any aftercare. Did anybody do that?
Yeah, I did one.
Awesome, Christine. That's brilliant. Good to hear. Perfect.
I think I sent it to you. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen a few.
It was like a card I made. It's sort of like a double-sided card.
Yes, beautiful. That was such a good idea. I think that's genius, because then you can just upload it to Vistaprint or any of those snap printing or something like that and get them printed off and they're done.
Yeah.
Great. You could even, you know, add your appointment card to it and all that kind of thing as well.
I used the size bigger tip. I think that's better. That seems to stick now. I think it was too
flat.
pulling up. So yeah.
Yeah. So remember what I said as well is when you do have a tip that's doing that.
Yeah, I cut the front too.
Yeah, I was going to say you can just get your cuticle nippers and just just do a little clip in the middle of it, as long as that you're not going to be using all of that tip, but so that when it's applied to the nail, it just takes that pressure off, which works quite well.
Can you see that?
Let's have a look. Oh, yep, I can see your tips on. Brilliant.
Two
are on. There we go. And also, Christine, Amy actually has a dust extractor like what I was telling you about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I ordered one yesterday, the one you showed me.
Yeah, perfect.
So are they actually where the client can put their hand over it? And yes, yeah.
Brilliant. And they're wipe clean. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
They collect the dust in like a little bag underneath. And then you can just shake out the dust and you can wash the bag. It usually comes with a spare bag. Yeah, they're brilliant.
Yeah, this one came with 3 bags. It was great.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow.
What brand is your one, Amy?
I've got the box here. Hasn't got the name on it. It was off one of the rather popular nail sites. Might be from Salon Nail or Salon Furniture and Equipment or something like that.
Yep, lovely.
I think it was about $70 maybe.
Yeah, that seems to be about the price of them, which is good. I remember I paid $150 for mine originally back in the day.
They're going a lot cheaper.
I know they're a lot cheaper nowadays than, you know, I mean, my nail lamp, my original LED nail lamp was $599. Right. And now you can pick up a Sun 5 lamp for $34 or something, and it's more powerful. Like, that's not fair. But anyway, it's the way of the world. Everything's made in China these days. So
yeah, I have a Sun 1. Mine is called.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's pretty.
Sun 1. So with the assignment, Tamsin, is if I get a client this week, and I do like tips.
Yeah, you can do black tips. Yeah.
And then I film a bit and take photos. Does it count to it then, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. You can take your photos and that will all count towards your assessments for sure. Definitely. And I'll give you feedback. So I will mark them as not satisfactory until everything's been handed in. But yeah, you certainly hand them in, and I'll give you feedback written alongside it. But yeah. Hi Tyler, how are you?
Hey, yeah, we're a bit sick.
Oh.
So we're going to stay home today, hey Ellen. I just jumped on because I just want to know what else, if there's anything else I needed to do. Oh, hang on. Oh, now I can hear. Sorry.
Okay, I'll have a quick look for you. Let me go into your file. So I think you should be all, because you've already done gel, hey, you should all be.
Yeah, I've done all the assessments. It was just, I remember you saying like student handbook and COVID safety plan.
But yeah, no, I think it's all done. And hang on, let me go across.
It's a lady. Lady is talking to Mummy.
There we go. So yeah, so there's still the COVID safety plan to do.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. Like I've done the certificate.
Okay. So if you go into, let me have a look. Modules, and then
Yeah.
it's not on there. No, it's not on there. That's not helpful. Okay.
So it's not just me.
No,
Good.
that's fine. Don't worry about it.
All good.
All your assessments are in. All your assessments are signed off. It's fine. Don't. Yeah, I'm just looking through your files at the moment. That's all you can see is me staring at the screen strangely with my concentrating face. Everything else is done and 100% and all sorted. So yeah, so you're all finished up. So don't even stress about those little bits and pieces. I'm not even going to worry about them.
Okay, cool. Oh, awesome. Well, I'm going to get back to
Looking after your little one.
Yeah, she's sick yesterday and now she's given it to me. And
Oh, that's fun.
yeah, yes.
Yes. Does she go to daycare?
Yeah, she usually goes to daycare. And yeah, that's why she's always sick. Yeah.
That feeling. Yep, I've got a 2-year-old and 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Love the daycare germs. It's great.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, we will head off then. Thank you for that.
No worries at all. Well, good luck with everything. Lily will be, or head office will be in contact with you, and they'll be sending out your
Yeah, baby. Right. Thank you. Bye.
No worries. See ya. Bye.
Say bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Bye, little one.
Bye. Alrighty. See ya.
See you, Tyler. Bye. Little cutie. Okay, perfect. And how are the rest of you going?
Okay, I think. I hope. I'll show you. Wait 1 second. Turn it around.
You just turn, oh, there you go. I'm back on.
Why am I doing this? I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, French tips on. So,
Yes.
first of all, what I notice is your natural nail should be bigger than what your tip is. So when you're applying your tip, you're applying the tip down. So for instance, I've got a tip on my finger here. Have a look, if you keep your camera background, you can see me. And on here, you can see my natural nail area is bigger, it's a bigger ratio to what the tip is. Whereas
the only reason I did it is she has very, very small nails notoriously, but I didn't have any of the clear ones. So I wasn't sure if she has small nails, would I just go clear next time?
Yes. Like the actual clear tips. I've got them on my fingers.
Can I just order my own?
Yeah, just go into Perfect Nails and just order them off there.
Perfect. So people with shorter nails just go clear.
Yeah, just go clear, because you can create your own French. So you can get a cover pink gel,
Mhm.
and like you're doing a French polish. So you can actually
Other than
create
that.
that rather than just sticking a tip on. That's how we used to do it. We only had clear tips. Well, we only had the natural colored tips back in the day. So you do that, and that's how you do a sculpture as well. So if you have a client with really short nails and not much of a nail bed at all, you can use your nail forms, which I'll demonstrate as well. Hang on, I've got some competition forms here. So you've got some like these things, nail forms. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes and colors. There's pink ones, there's some that look like butterflies, there's all sorts, but these plain gold ones are totally fine. And with these, really, really useful, is you peel them off, they're sticky, they're disposable. You can get reusable ones. I find them harder to apply. You use these, you've got the little circle that was in the middle, you apply it to the back of the sticky bit, okay? And it gives you, just like so, it gives you more firmness, all right? You would then, what you do is pop the client's finger on, lining up any little lines, like so. You would pinch the bottom together just a little bit, okay? Make sure it's flush underneath the nail. Hang on. Okay, so we want that to be nice and flush underneath the nail. I mean, I've already got a tip, and squeeze it up so it's nice and tight under there. And this is how we would do a coffin nail, stiletto, any of those things, and also pinch and fold over that top little nook as well. I don't know if you can see I've done a tiny little fold along that little sticker bit at the top to keep it nice and flush. So then that will not budge, it will not move. Okay, so you don't have a gap underneath the tip, and then you can actually apply your French or your sculpture gel to this. So you can use your synergy gel for sculptures. Super easy. I love doing sculptures. When I do nails, I tend to do more sculptures than tips, but then yeah, I have the option to do that, and I've been doing them. So for me, I find it quicker than fiddling around cutting tips, because I can just fit these on and put the gel exactly whatever length and shape I want the nail to be. And I just put the whole thing under the nail lamp and it sets. And then I can take this off and I have a nail. So I'm going to demonstrate that now so you see exactly what I'm talking about. And I can do it with a white sculpture gel as well. So you can use your synergy gel. But if you get yourselves a white sculpture gel, which was what I was showing you with the strings, because it was really solid, it's really pretty hard. So with this, all you do is you apply it straight onto your form, which is why I love it. Or if you had your clear tips on here, you do exactly the same thing. And the thing I love about a sculpture gel is it stays exactly where you put it. So it's a lot more solid. So the Sensi gel is a little bit of an all-in-one. It's a semi-solid, okay? And it is self-leveling as well, whereas this one is not self-leveling because it's purely for sculptures, for strength, okay? Which is why I can't work too well with it with those little strings that I was showing you earlier.
If we're up to it, can we start putting the gel on, or do we have to wait?
No, you can go for it. Go for it. Absolutely. Put the gel on.
So you just do the little base one first and then cure it and then do the pink?
Just like apply it a bit like polish. So nice and thin coat.
Ready?
Just making sure you're avoiding that cuticle area. You don't want to flood the cuticle. Really, really important. So I have actually applied this to the form. If you look up for a second. Okay, I'm doing a crazy tip just because I can. I'm going to stick it under my lamp for 30 seconds.
So you don't do the whole nail, you just do the tip with that one?
I'm just doing the tip because I'm just doing a French. I want to just do the tip to begin with because I want to set that in place.
Okay.
Then whereas if I was doing clear, I could do the whole nail.
Okay.
But just because I'm doing the white, I'm doing the tip. Okay. And then I'm going to put the pink or clear in your case in the background. So over the natural tip, and I can sculpt that around the white. Joining the two gels together. Now remember when you're doing two different colors, they're going to set differently. Okay, so you will need to buff over them at the end to make sure that they look seamless and do another layer of clear. And that's why I set the white before attempting to do the pink, because two products that are moving, it's very easy to mix the two. The lines get blurred and you don't get a nice crisp line. So I've done the pink. Okay, I'm not fussed that it's not completely flat and flawless because I'm going to buff over it anyway. Okay, so I've set my white. Now I'm going to set my pink. Remember to always keep your pots and your brushes away from your light because they will set. Another thing to be aware of is heat spikes in regards to your lamp. Okay, so some gels are a thermal setting formula, meaning that when the LED light or the ultraviolet light hits the gel, it has an exothermic reaction, meaning it has a chemical reaction with the light, which creates heat, which can let your client's fingers feel very hot very quickly. Literally within the first 3 seconds of them going under the lamp, their fingers can feel like they're on fire. And all they need to do is bring their fingers out and tap them on the bench top, and the pain goes away and they can put them back under and it shouldn't happen again. And it's just usually because of that thickness of gel. So some clients are more sensitive than others. and more prone to heat spikes. If you have a client with a thicker, more coarse natural nail, they probably won't get any heat at all. Whereas if you have a client with quite a flexible nail plate that is quite thin naturally, they will experience quite possibly a heat spike, unless you have a cool setting formula gel, and then you shouldn't have any issues at all. But I know with the Sensi gel, sometimes you can end up with heat spikes. So just a warning for you. And now to get a form off, all you need to do is pinch underneath the nail, okay? And it will come away from your nail. You just tear it from the top, bring it around this way, and you should just be able to bring it off, and you've got a nice, strong, perfectly shiny nail underneath, and it's nice and strong on top. Okay, brilliant. Absolutely genius invention. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to double, because these are not clear, you can get clear forms as well. Clear forms are brilliant with gel, and they're just made of like a clear perspex foil, bit like this. These are also really good for acrylic. If you do have a slightly thicker, if you are doing your sculptures with white, for instance, you'll probably need to cure both sides because the light doesn't penetrate through the gel deep enough, and you end up with a little bit of unset gel on your form. Okay, so I'm just going to smooth underneath with my gel brush. Make sure that's nice and smooth, and then I'm going to pop it under the light as it is.
If your base gel comes out a little bit tacky, is that overlay, like that over bit you were talking about, or is that because I haven't cured it enough?
No, so your base gel and your Sensi gel should have a tacky layer when they come out of the light. That's perfectly normal because it basically makes whatever you put on top of it act like double-sided sticky tape.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be tacky. Tacky is
Okay.
fine. Whether it's, as long as it's been under the lamp for 30 seconds, it should be absolutely fine. Okay, so it will have that tackiness to it, and that is quite normal. So and then once you put your Sensi gel over the top, your sculpture or builder gel or hard gel over the top to build structure and strength, and you baked that under the lamp, when you take that out, it will still have a tacky layer to touch, and that's when you need to wipe over it again with your nail wipe with your Sani Prep, okay, just to take off that stickiness. And then from then you can then go on to file it, buff over it, smooth it right down again. Okay.
Tamsin, can I just show you my nail tips quickly?
Absolutely.
One fell off again, the middle one. But or maybe it's better if I'm moving. I just
Yep, I can see. Yep, they're on there. So you're using the natural tips?
yes, I only have natural and French.
Okay, so when you are blending in your natural tips, what you're working on is getting rid of that line, that join completely. So you
Yeah.
need to be angling, and you can do it with an e-file as well, but you
Yeah.
can angle your file at a 45-degree angle to be
Yeah.
able to slow, like really don't go crazy because you won't have any control of your file. It's really important you control your file, even if you hold it overhand.
Yeah.
I tend to hold my file a bit like I'm writing with it, like I'm writing with a pen. And I find that really helpful when I'm filing. I find I have more control of it that way. And that way I can actually then angle it at a 45-degree angle on the nail, right where that join is. And that is the only bit I want to file. If I file the natural nail, I've filed too much. Okay, you only want to be filing the tip, because if you file the natural nail is going to go thinner. It's going to change color. It's going to go pink. You're getting closer to the blood supply. And you're creating a weakness in the nail. You only filing in that tip. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if you would file that with an electric file, what bit would you take? Like the
Use a sanding band. So I would just go straight in with a normal, with a normal sanding band.
yeah. Just to learn while we go.
So if you've got a really simple kit like this, they should come with sanding bands at the top, which you can apply to this bit here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Me.
So I just. I'm worried they're full. Oh, they're full off. Oh. Oh no, they're down. They just slipped out. So because I got natural nails, Tamsin, can I put color on them after I finish the gel? Or?
Yeah, you can put color on anything. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that comes after, what step is after it's all finished, or?
Yeah, after it's all finished, that's when you can put your colors on. Absolutely.
Okay. So does it have to feel flat after I file it?
Yes, it should feel nice and smooth after
So
filing.
you shouldn't feel the
bumps and the ridges and things, definitely not.
okay.
Takes a little bit of fiddling.
Yeah.
Get this bit right.
Filling out.
also to help create your smile lines as well, you can get another gel brush or even an eyeliner brush or a nail art brush, something else that's nice and fine and thin. And you can actually, while your white is still wet, you can wipe around the pink to create the crisp line. Make sure it is exactly where you want it to be. Ladies, I've turned my camera off for the moment, but I am still here. If you have any questions, just shout out and I'll answer them for you. I'm still watching here.
Thank you.
No worries.
Tamsin.
Yep, fire away.
My nail, oh, my thumb, sorry, didn't, I think I didn't cure it enough because when I wiped it now, it came off like, where's my camera? So I think I didn't cure it long enough.
Yeah, it also might have been a different angle or something. The light may not have penetrated it enough. So sometimes if you wipe over the nail and it hasn't cured, the light hasn't penetrated it and it hasn't been under long enough. So do make sure you're setting your timer, or you've got your nails in too deep into your light.
Oh, okay.
The other thing.
Yeah, because I was just sort of holding it up like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might have been in too deep or even too shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so always set it for 30 seconds. And if you're not 100% sure, then just cure it for another 30 seconds. You can flash cure for 10 seconds, and that just sets the very top layer. It doesn't set anything underneath, but it just stops it from moving if you were going to do French or something else on top. But 30-second cure, generally speaking.
So I might take that now off.
Usually you can just give it a little buff over, wipe over it with some sunny prep and put some more on, and generally it comes good and it's fine.
Should I fix it?
I would do, yeah. Otherwise, any imperfections are going to show through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just buff it.
Yeah. Just file it so it's nice and smooth again, and you haven't got any weird lumps and bumps and things. And then just put your gel back on again, and it should be fine. Also, another thing is your thumbs can be a bit tricky under the lamp. If you're putting all 5 fingers under the lamp, the very side of your thumb, the underside of your thumb, will not set effectively, okay? Because the light is only penetrating from above, not from underneath. So I would do 4 fingers, then another 4 fingers, and then do your thumb separately. It's only clear gel. Generally speaking, it should set okay, but better to be safe than sorry by doing thumbs separately. How are you going?
Yeah, I think I fixed it.
Okay.
I flash cured it, but I might do the 30 seconds now to make sure that it's
Completely set. Excellent. And Bailey, how are you going?
I just finished like the final cure of the gel
Excellent.
and then file.
Yeah, so then you need to wipe over it with your Sani Prep, so it'll take off any sticky layer, and then you can file over it again. If you have a sanding block, as you get better at this, you should only need to go over it with a sanding block, where realistically you're going to have lots of little bumps and grooves and things like that in the nails to start off with. So you can actually use your file or the orange file, like there's an orange sponge board file that might be in your kits. I can't remember if it just comes in the acrylic kit or if it comes into your gel kit as well.
I think it only comes in the acrylic.
Will we get given an acrylic kit, or was that supposed to come with us?
No, so acrylic kit will get sent out to you before your acrylic part.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So maybe if I just turn this around.
I think the main difference is lots of people join the course and don't complete it. So they
That
get
makes sense.
at the beginning, or they use for their gels and things like that. And then when they come to their acrylic section, they don't have anything left. They've only got their acrylic powder.
Right.
Yeah, so we keep it very, very separate. So each module that you'll be doing, so the keep very separate to the acrylic. Nail art is very separate to both of those as well.
Okay.
So we are going to be doing a little bit of nail art within this. So I'd probably go to like a local craft store or go to your local wholesaler and just try and pick or order off eBay or something, or from a supplier, any like little diamantes. I love these ones. I just order little tiny little coloured diamonds at different sizes. God, these, they come in a million different colours and shades and shapes and all sorts of things, all sorts of nail decals that you can buy online. It's easier to buy. It's cheaper to buy them online than it is to go and to their house. And then I also have, I've got millions of these, but lots of glitters basically, because I can mix them in with gel, I can mix them in with my acrylics. I can do glitter tips with these. Really, really, really useful. And these are from Joss Nail Art.
Oh, yep.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
But yeah, in answering to your question, just file over the nails.
So like that. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if is that right?
Yeah. So with that.
Oh, sorry, it broke up. What was that?
No, that's all right. So with your nail file, what you're going to need to do is hold your nail file and hook it underneath the side of the tip and actually file down.
This bit?
Yep, that bit there to make that really nice and sharp and smooth. You see how it's nice and sharp and smooth?
Yep.
Like a nice, beautiful line, whereas yours is a little bit bulky on that side. So by running the nail file along those edges on both sides on all 10 fingers, that's going to make quite a big difference and also make them nice and comfortable as well for your clients' nails, and it stops them looking bulky because you brought
them in
that little bit, but still without taking out the strength of the nail.
So, and then afterwards you just finish with that one?
Yeah, so you can, give it a buff over, try one of your nails, give it a buff over with your sanding block. If it looks nice and smooth, it's fine. Carry on doing all the rest of them. If it's not getting the effect that you want and you've got a few uneven bits of gel and it's not smoothing, just go back to your file, okay, until you get your application down pat, because otherwise you'll be there all day with this because it's such a fine sanding block, okay. I still for this, and then all you need to do is wipe over again with your cleanser. And go on with your gel top coat, and they're done.
If you wanted to colour it, can you colour it with this one?
Yeah.
Do you do that before or after?
So do your gel top coat first.
Yeah.
because that seals everything in and makes them really nice and shiny and glossy. And then you can put your polish on over the top.
So you cure this for a minute,
Yes.
and then do you cure this one, or is this just dry naturally?
I don't know what that one is. Is it that kind
Just was, it just came in the kit.
Does it say gel polish on it, or does it say nail polish?
I'm not quite sure.
I haven't seen that one. That wasn't in the
You can see it on the red one better. That's the same one.
affinate. Does it? I can't read that.
Five
Christine,
It
free
says,
professional liquor.
Yeah, just says choice affinate for a free professional lacquer.
okay, so it's just a nail polish. That's just bog standard normal nail polish. So you don't need to set that with a light. It probably take 15 to 20 minutes to dry in between coats. Yeah, it's just treat it like a normal nail polish. Whereas if you were doing gel polish, same thing. You would still do your gel top coat first, and then you do your gel color, and then top coat it again after that.
After the gel top coat, do you need to go back over with this, or is it done then after? That makes sense.
Good question. I'll tell you in a minute, because they're also different, and I'm used to using a different brand on this one. So I'm going to gel top coat my really long sculptured spiky nail here, my big stiletto, because I'm at that stage with this nail. And I will let you know if you need to wipe over it or not. I don't think you do, but I will let you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this gel top coat can be used over any brand of shellac, like gel polish, and also to seal in your acrylics as well when you get to that stage. It's a brilliant product.
Which one is it? The speed? The speed
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
So after we put this speed top coat on, and if we do want a color,
Yep.
we don't use, like, for example, I got these ones.
Oh yeah, I've got the same. Yeah. Just do that over the top of the speed dry top coat.
Yep, so you don't need a base coat though, do you? No.
No. Your top coat acts like a base coat.
Okay.
It is a little bit tacky, so that's fine to put like a shellac or gel color over the top. But if you're polishing, I'd give it a wipe over. Yeah.
Okay.
So they do go really nice and shiny. Ooh. Nice and shiny. This one's a bit scary. This one's going to be going off, being cut off very soon. Stabbed my hands. Yeah, don't think we'll be doing that to my clients. Won't need a spatula for nostril waxing. I've just got the nail. Just go put a bit of wax on.
Is that better? I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's not very clear.
That's all right. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, that does look better. So yeah, heaps better. You could probably even take it a little bit further in. Just use your judgment. Use your judgment. Okay. The nails right in front of you. If you feel like they're still looking a little bit bulky on those edges, just run that dial down each side again, and that'll be absolutely fine. Okay. So something you can do in regards to your nails, which is really, really good, is you can get some glitter. You can get a spatula. or a little pot of some kind. So I'm just going to use a little spatula. Okay. And using an orange stick, little wooden stick, or your spatula, either or. Get a little bit of your gel. Onto your spatula. I'm going to use purple, and this is actually, I've actually got a little purple glamour glitter.
That's a nice colour.
Very nice colour. It is called Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Like the country, place.
Yep.
City. And you can add it to a clear gel. And you can do the same for acrylic. So you can add it into a clear powdered acrylic before you add it to your monomer. So I'm actually just going to use, I'm actually going to use my cuticle thing, like a clean one, I hasten to add, my little hoof, and I'm going to use it like a spatula. I'm going to scoop out a little bit of glitter onto my spatula, which has a little bit of gel on it. You can buy glitter gels. The world of nail art is a wonderful place, ready to be explored. And then using my little cuticle or your little orange stick, you can mix in your gorgeous glitter to make a glitter gel.
And you could use it also just like if you would only do the tip with that, and could the other as have it as clear gel and then have that as a nice glitter tip or something. Yeah.
Absolutely. As I said, in regards to nail art, the possibilities are absolutely endless. Okay, so the only thing limiting you is yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
So I once upon a time, about 5 years ago, when I first started teaching, tried to be really clever in my nail class. And I was like, I'm going to attempt an aquarium nail. Has anybody seen an aquarium nail?
No.
YouTube it. Never doing one ever again, is all I'm saying. Successful, but it took me hours to do just because I watched a YouTube video, and of course things on YouTube aren't always true to life. So yeah, watched a YouTube video, sculpted these nails. The nails themselves looked amazing, and then I had to turn the clear tips into an aquarium, like with liquid and glitter and little fish swimming around, like little shapes and things, and then encapsulate it, stop the oil from coming out, and seal it all in, and then decorate that nail as well. It was awesome. It was brilliant. It's also the most annoying moment of my life because it just took me forever. And my students were having a go at doing it too, and then they were all getting really stuck and frustrated and all the rest of it. So they were like, can you never do that ever again, Tamsin? It's too hard. As to the basics. And I'm like, oh, I thought and we were doing advanced nail art, so I thought we'd be fine. But a few of the girls were like, I give up. I'm going out for a cigarette. And I'm like, okay. Go and have a break, it's fine. But yeah, and they still, a few of my old students added me on Facebook, and we're still friends today, which is nice because I've watched their kids grow up and stuff. Yeah, and they still talk about the day of the aquarium. Some of them were defeated by it, and some of them really nailed it. So But they all agreed that they would never offer it in their salons as an option. Just not worth the money trying to do it, unless you're charging like $150 a set or something like that. So anyway, I'll try and see if I can find a picture of my creations, actually, because I'm sure I've got it somewhere in the depths of my laptop somewhere. Or I'll at least find a really good video for you to have a little watch, and feel free to attempt it in your own time, but I'm not going to sit and watch you do it because I'm not. Okay, so yeah, it's nail art. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, but some things are just super time consuming, and you have to weigh up, is this going to be profitable as an option in your business? And quite often that's a no. Okay, so it's really good it's beautiful to be creative, but you have to make it financially viable within your salon as well. I know that locally here in Cairns there's an amazing nail tech, and she does her infills for $50 a set. She takes 3 hours to do them, and she does any kind of nail art you can possibly imagine. And they look fabulous, but working for $50 over 3 hours plus all your costs, is that really?
It's not reliable. Yeah,
it's not viable. No, exactly. So and she's busy, she's always fully booked, but that's because she's offering cheap nail extensions, but she's actually completely undercutting herself massively because her work's beautiful, but she just won't put her prices up because she doesn't want to lose her clients. I'm like, you're that good, you can put your prices up easily. Sorry about the background noise. I'm going to mute myself for a minute and I'll let you guys carry on with what you're doing.
I'll just show you my nails quickly there.
Go for it.
Except the middle one was the one who fell off on the star.
Okay.
I might take the finger off, it might be easier. Is it?
Still freaks me out how the fingers come off. Awesome. Okay, cool. That looks good. Nice thickness.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I got the sort of arch quite right, but
yeah, that just takes a bit of practice.
Yeah,
I mean, gel nails are designed to be really natural, and they're designed to be thin and the most natural option for nail extensions. They are also designed not to take the knocks and the bang. I mean, they're still got the strength of acrylic when applied correctly, but you can do a really beautiful set of nails that does look really natural. That they may not be as strong as an acrylic nail because they are that little bit thinner, but they look nicer and they're very easily repaired. So
yeah, I think they look good, Shell.
Yeah, I
might put the top coat on now, and then I might put a color on.
Yep, absolutely. So just remember, before you put your top coat on, make sure you buff over them. So wipe over them, take that stickiness off, give them a little buff over just to make sure they are completely flawless. So that then you can put that top coat on and you'll make sure that there's no ridges in them, because when you take photos, I'll see those ridges.
Okay.
What do you mean?
And Stesha, how are you going over there? You've been busy plugging away. I've been watching you. How are you going?
Practice hand, but I didn't really like it, so I was just going to practice on my own hands and take them off that I've got at the moment.
Yep, too easy. That's fine. It is a lot easier to do your own hands than do your practice hands, for sure.
I tried with my own hands to start off with, and it actually didn't turn out too bad. I've tried with the practice hand twice, and I absolutely hate it both times.
Yes, they're there. They fill a purpose, but they're not always practical, unfortunately. They take a little bit of getting used to.
Although doing my right hand because I'm left-handed took an hour, doing my left hand took 4 hours. So that was the difference.
Yes. It does take a bit longer on your non-dominant hand. Takes a bit of fiddling. And also, just to let you know, everyone loves gel because it's not fumey, which is great. However, it's still a chemical. You can still have allergies to gel, and it's still not great on a respiratory system. So if we can wear masks, it's always a good idea.
Actually, I've got a mask. I forgot to put it on.
Everybody has. It's fine. Don't stress too much. But yeah, it's more like you're just doing a set now. It's fine. But when you're doing them all day, day in, day out, there's a reason why the nail bars wear masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do. So I do the top coat now, and then I do the color.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And is the top coat 30 seconds to cure?
Yes. Double check, but yes. Yes, 30 seconds.
Does it say it on it? Does it or?
No, it doesn't. But
Oh.
top coats are always 30 seconds. That's fine. And Amy, how are you going?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how to unmute it. So at this point now, I've noticed there's sort of like almost a bit of lines or a few divots, but obviously it hasn't evened out. Is this the time I'd now go back, like now that I've filed it and I can see those lines?
Yeah.
Do I then reapply now to fill them in?
Absolutely. So if you notice any divots or any little gaps or little holes in the gel, absolutely. Give it a wipe over, buff it over, smooth it if you can, but if you've still got those little holes, you do need to fill them in because it's going to show through. It's going to affect the structural integrity of the nail. So then you would just wipe over it to get rid of the scratch marks from your files and any dust. And then you would go on again, apply a layer of your Sensi gel over the top, and that should seal everything in. And then you'd go through the process again. So once that's set for 30 seconds, wipe it off, and you should just be able to do a top coat over the top of that. Okay. In theory, because it should be smoothed.
Yeah, this is really notice it now, especially on one of them. It's like it's almost like a little waterline mark to it.
Yeah.
It's an indent. So yeah, no, excellent. Thank you.
That's okay, no problem. If you want to do a complete glitter nail, by the way, and you've got a little pot of glitter, what you can do is apply a layer of your Sensi gel over your nail, over your tip, okay, once you've done all the structural stuff. And then you can dip the nail into the glitter.
Oh.
I'm actually going to dip it straight into my glitter, tap it off. And I have a sparkle now, and then that is going to go straight under my light. I'm not dusting it off. I'm not doing anything to it. I've just painted a thin layer of my my clear gel over the nail, and then I've dipped it into my little glitter pot. And then I've put it straight under the lamp, and I'm going to dust it off when I bring it out. And then you can either leave it like that, and it can be like rough to touch, or you can then seal it in with your speed dry gel top coat. Depends what kind of look, what finish you're going for. Quite good fun if you've got like red, green and gold glitter for Christmas. You can do like a little glitter nail, charge your clients an extra $5. And it's a really easy nail art addition, and clients love it. You know, they're like, oh, completely sparkly now, it'll be perfect for the Christmas party. Perfect sparkles every time.
That looks nice.
Beautiful, hey? Just
Yeah.
pretty. Right.
So before I apply the color, do I use the cleanse again?
You shouldn't have to applying the speed dry top coat. You shouldn't need to,
Okay.
because that little bit of a tacky layer is going to act like double-sided sticky tape for your.
Oh, you said that before, actually.
Yeah. I will happily repeat myself 1,000 times if it means you understand. Totally fine. Okay, so another thing that you can do with your little glitter pots, which is nice and easy, is, you know how we just submerge an entire finger in? You can actually just submerge the tip into a little bit of glitter to get a really sneaky, cheeky, easy French tip. Which can go straight in under your light. And you can use like artist's glitter and craft glitter, but because you're adding a chemical to it, being the gel, sometimes the glitter isn't an entire piece of glitter, like it's just a painted piece of plastic essentially, really cut really fine. So sometimes the color bleeds and makes it not effective within the nail art realm. Useful, looks pretty at first, but then sometimes doesn't last the test of time, which is why nail art glitters have been designed accordingly. They usually are that little bit more expensive than a normal craft glitter, but for playing around with to begin with, craft glitter's fine. Your dollar shop has heaps of them. But when you're starting to do clients day in, day out, make the shift over to proper nail art glitter. Hi, Amy.
Hey, thank you for that today. I've got to work it out.
No worries at all.
Thank you. I can see it's so much easier doing it on a real person than those practice hands. Oh my God.
I know, they're horrible.
I struggled for ages with that practice hand on the weekend, trying to get it to stick, trying to make it work. Did not work.
No, I've had students trying to use their practice hand as an assessment, and like the whole finger just keeps falling off and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, that's okay. We just hold on to it.
Yes. Horrible.
But the other thing is people, because they're made of silicone and they move in an unnatural way, so they don't teach you how to hold your client effectively, is the other thing. So
I can see what I need to do, like what I need to do practice more on now, which is really good. So
excellent.
That was really
excellent.
Good.
And how do you feel about gel now?
I still don't like it. You know that work for your money in the hour? Definitely not going to get it out of gel.
Oh.
No, it's still, me and my sister, we've been getting ours done for years, and we're acrylic girls.
Okay.
But I will beat it. I won't let it beat me. I will figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I was a gel girl first, and then I went to acrylic, but I still love gel.
Yeah.
So
we will figure it out. I said I won't let it beat me. I will figure out how to get on there nicely.
And don't stress too much about building up the nail, because that will come.
Yeah.
You know, you can always just do a slightly thicker layer down, almost like the width of your brush, a thicker globule down the middle of the brush, and just let it sit there for a second, and it should self-level, and then stick that under the lamp.
Yeah.
Done. And that should be easy enough. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. No, with the practice hand, it didn't seem to set properly. It was just constantly saying sticky. It was in there for like 5 minutes and still was horrible. So real hand, so much better.
Real hands is the way forward, but it's just hard when, you know, when people are in lockdown and
yes.
But, anyway, well, thank you so much for joining our class today. It's great to have you. Chip away at your assessments, try and get that assessment task 1, the questions, the quiz. Try and knock that out. If we can knock that out by the weekend, that would be amazing, because then I can mark it, and that way you've still got 2 attempts for the rest of the month. So we need to get that signed off by the end of the month. So although they say due dates at the end of the month, is due to be finished and signed off. Work on everyone's assessment, and work on getting those assessments. Work on trying to do like 2 or 3 sets a week. Take before photos, after photos, during photos. Fill out your forms. Even if it is on a practice hand, that's fine, as long as you've got images of all that. And even make a little mini movie if you want to as well, because that does make it quite authentic, and upload that to Canvas, which should be nice and easy. And then I'll mark them accordingly, and you'll see little comments being sent to you with any feedback.
Wonderful. Thank you. I guess I'll see you all again next week.
Yes, we'll look forward to it. And I'm going to upload some information to the discussions page as well. Okay.
Wonderful.
Hello.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. See you all later.
See you later. Bye. Perfect. So Stesha and Christine, I'm going to wrap up today's session. How did you ladies get on?
Like I said, I don't like my practice hand, but my real hand's going okay.
Okay, good, excellent. So if you take when you've completed your hands that you're doing now, if you upload them onto Canvas with before and after photos, fill out a form for yourself as well.
So what I was going to do, because I do already have like my tips on and everything, I just have my thumbs that I have to replace. Am I able to still leave them on as like, I guess, a maintenance hand?
Because you need to do both hands.
Yeah, because I am going to do the other one as well. Both on.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, so you could do one set as your application, for instance, because you put the set of nails on and you painted them and they're going to look all beautiful. So you can do, and doing your thumb, so do those as your application, and then in 2 weeks' time, for instance, we can do them as an infill set. We could even do them as an infill set next week.
Yeah,
And I can
okay.
share that with you.
Okay, thank you.
Too easy. No worries at all.
So Tamsin, if I can get a model this week and I can do it on a model, can I send you that? Like it has to be the 10 fingers, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, so take, I mean, even with your model hand that you're doing now, if you
Yeah.
did your 5 fingers, but then did another 5 fingers,
Yeah.
and you know, took the nails out, laid them down, and then
Yeah.
took a picture of the hand so I can see that 10 nails have been done, that still classes
Yeah.
as an assessment.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So don't stress too much about that. But yeah, if you can get a real model, it does make a big difference.
Yeah.
And just take before photos. I mean, on a practice hand, we know what they look like before. It's more the during and after that I'm interested in with a practice
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Make sure that you have done 10 fingers.
Yeah.
If you're working on a real human being, I really want you to be doing before photos, during photos, and after photos, and filling and making sure you are filling out consultation forms for practice hands as well as real people. Obviously, you won't have a client name. It'll be like practice hand Dorothy. I don't know, give it a name, and write down what it is that you're actually going to be doing on that practice hand for whatever assessment it is. Okay. And the more uploads you ladies have, the more experience it is, and the better it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So does anybody have any other questions before we sign off? No? Can I show you my sculpture? I only did one.
So you have to do a sculpture with that one. You couldn't use a fake nail, could you?
I could, but I just wanted to demonstrate what it was like to do a sculpture. I could have done all of my fingers in sculptures, but by doing a sculpture or a clear tip, because some people don't have long enough fingers to be able to apply those white tips, and the white tips end up going too far up the nail plate and they just look ridiculous because the smart line isn't where it should be, essentially. Whereas if you do the clear tips, great. But even then, some people have such tiny nail beds you can't even apply a tip because you've got nothing really to stick it on. So that's when using your nail forms come in really, really handy, where you can just slip them on underneath the nail, just hook them underneath whatever free edge that you've got, and then build your own nail with your sculpture gel on top of that. And then you can make it French, you can make it coloured, you can make it whatever you want it to be. So really, really useful. Okay, also good for doing a repair. If someone's chipped off an end or chipped off a corner of a nail, stick a sculpting form on, give it a little rough over, like buff it over the nail, put a little bit of gel on there, set it, take the form off, file it, recolor it. Easy.
Yeah.
Brilliant for doing repairs and things as well. Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
We'll sign off now. Well done. Chip away at the assessments, chip away at doing all of your beautiful work that you need to be doing in regards to clients and organising them. And I look forward to seeing you on here. So I'm going to change the Zoom meeting information on the conference so that it's this Zoom meeting room, which will make life a lot easier for us. So I don't know what happened with Zoom earlier. And I've also recorded this as well. So I'm going to figure out how I can upload that. I don't know. All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for your time. Does anyone have any other questions before I go? Stasha, any questions from you, or are you good?
No, I'm all good, thank you.
You're all good? Fantastic. No worries. I will see you next week.
See you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.